we have a lead pipe solid lock on third place in La Liga. No matter if we win or lose, the best and worst we can do is third, which is still really, really good. That's the good news. The bad news is we still have more yellow cards than points. My name is FM20. And it's time to get Réal. So we're going to start over here on the left today, because what I want to point out is actually down here on the right. We got our budgets in that a couple of days ago, and then of course, like a numpty, I saved the game and shut it off. When I turned it back on again, all my messages had gone away because it didn't save them. But this is what we're looking at. We have an 83 million euro transfer budget. We get 100% of our transfer revenue. We have a payroll budget of 1.7 million euros. And we're currently spending $680,000 when you round up. So if I wanted to, I could spend a decent amount of money this offseason. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. As you can see, we are third with 73 points. Valencia is 7 points behind us. We are 10 points behind Barcelona, and Madrid is 7 points ahead of us. So no matter what happens, we're not catching up to Madrid. We're not falling down to Valencia. Today, we are playing Osasuna, who are fighting relegation. And I'm playing a relatively rotated side. I got a couple of youngsters I want to give a chance to, including someone who's been on the youth squad that I think in a couple of years is going to be able to step up into the first team. Robert Maria leads it with 21 goals, won the Spanish Young Player of the Season. Adani Alonso, 7.3 rating and 11 assists from a deep-lying playmaker position. Fernandez, best pass completion. Maria, 6 Players of the Match awards. Joubert, 17 yellow cards. And he wants a new contract. I don't know about that, but we'll have to see. I had a lot of red cards this season, too. Of our 37 games played so far, 63 goals are third highest in the league. Our 36 goals allowed are fourth best. 80 yellow cards. We're under triple digits. Although, with one game left, I really wouldn't put it past us to get 21 yellow cards. And we have 5 red cards in total, but we have 5 players each with 1. Our attendance, we're pretty much maxing out the stadium. I still haven't seen anything on a new stadium for us. And as you can see here, Maria won Spanish Young Player of the Year. 29 appearances, 15 goals, and no assists. Now, the no assist is a little bit disconcerting. But considering he plays advanced forward and they're not really known for assists, that's okay. He's really improving in areas where I really want him to improve, especially with the heading and the bravery, which is very, very cool. Physically, he's gone up. His acceleration, balance, and pace have all gone up. So he's really improving. He's still a year or two away from being anywhere close to Helio was, but I'm okay with that. The other player who had a fairly solid season, I realize I'm discussing this now, but I wanted to pull this up in case I forget. Martin Matasevic, I sent him out on loan the past couple of seasons. He's come back to us, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, plays a really good complete forward. He is all around solid, and he had a decent season for us. 12 starts, 2 off the bench because he started this season out on loan, 7 goals, an assist, and 7.15 overall rating. He's really, really improved. For a player we brought in for 325,000 euros is now valued at 12 million. He's got an opportunity to participate next year. Now the question is whether or not he's going to be here, because I have a lot of teams sniffing around a lot of players. And you know what? We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Since we last played, which was Athletic Club Villarreal, we beat Leganes 4-2. Maria, hat tricks worth of goals. Mahmoud, a goal in the 49th minute. And then we beat Granada. Martin Matasevic, a hat trick's worth of goals. Joubert, a goal in the 43rd minute. We drew with Betis, and this was kind of a bummer of a game. We had an opportunity to actually kind of sneak up and catch Madrid and possibly cause a fight for second place, but it just wasn't going to happen. Betis pipped us. And it took an Ely Mathis goal in the 71st minute for us to claw the drawback. And today we're playing Osasuna. And if we go back to the table here, you can see they are currently in 19th place. They are tied for last, but if they win and a couple other teams lose, they could avoid relegation. So we will have to wait and see. The Betis game is really kind of a bummer. So That said, I'm going to set my bet. Well, I'm going to set the 11 I want to play for Osasuna, set the reserves. I'm going to be back with that match in just a bit. Now we are playing our 4-2-4 today. This is the team we are playing. Seferovic in goal, Mahmoud, Hoffman, Joubert, and Fernandez as the defensive back four. At some point in time, and I completely missed this, Mahmoud is now a Spanish citizen, so he no longer counts towards the EU registration rules. I think I'll have to double check that, but I'm almost positive that's what's going on. Hoffman, Joubert, and Fernandez are my defensive back four. Vojnovic and Malo are my midfielders. Furman Malo is one of those players I brought in as part of the Viking Dan Throw in the Van youth movement. He's 18 years old. He's 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Plays a really good deep lying playmaker, excellent first touch and passing, good teamwork, vision, and work rate. His technique is solid. His determination, decision making, he's solid everywhere except physically. Physically, he is very, very average for the moment. And I'm going to get him out on loan the next couple seasons. He's going to come back to us at 20, 21 years old, at least 4 stars. But I screwed up, and I believe he's been languishing on the B team. Which, if I wasn't 10 seasons in, I would go back. Holy cow, that is a very, very square field. And edit so we had a real B team instead of this one that's just kind of hanging out there. That is a very square field. Is it even legal? Good grief. Israel picks up the ball, drives forward, cuts right, cuts back inside. That was disappointing. Let's describe that shot as overly ambitious. Urzi sends it in, and it's knocked away. Fernandez runs it down for Osasuna. He sends it back in. Mahmoud knocks it away, and the highlight ends. Fernandez for Osasuna. Centers it to Andric. Over to Albinez. Oh, and Coindretti scores. His second of the season off a nice assist by Andric. And Andric headed it down, and Condretti was waiting right there. Seferovic up towards Harold, but Harold can't get to it before Martinez does. Coindretti challenged, gets back to Vivian, who sends it forward. Andrich heads it over to Sousa. And Seferovic, a nice block. Urzi can't stop it from going out of bounds. Osasuna's had 10 shots, 5 on target, are 3-1. And it is the 12 o'clock daily coffee clutch with the dogs in the neighborhood. Georgie! Maria dispossessed. Urzi to Albinez. Vivian sends it forward, but Joubert steps in front, but it goes right to Fernandez for Osasuna. He sends it right to Galeno, who can't control it, heads it down, and Harold is waiting right there. He sends it back to Hoffman, up to Vojnovic. Back to Hoffman. Mahmoud all alone on the left. Drives forward, crosses it in, knocked down. Fernandez is there. Oh, that's Fabian. Why did I not know that was Fabian? Because I see Fernandez, and I think it's the Fernandez on our team. That's what's going on. That was an interesting, we're going to move backwards and volley kick it move, but okay, I will take it. Yeah, Mahmoud and Israel have suffered. Let's take a look at something here real quick. Israel's on a 6-2. You know what? We will get him off and bring on the Croatian sensation, Predrag Smokovic. Israel's young. He'll get better. Urzi with the corner kick in for Osasuna. Knocked away by our Fernandez, which goes their Fernandez. Who's very lackadaisical getting to the ball, but he manages to get it Coindretti. Out to Urzi. Splits to the defenders. Crosses, top of the box, dispossessed. Coindretti picks up the loose ball. Back to Urzi. Takes a shot. Seferovic blocks it, then goes over and picks it up. He's got options, but he's probably just going to lay it off. Yep, up to Hoffman. Vojnovic. Out to Mahmoud. And the highlight ends. That was interesting. It must have been kicked out of bounds, and they just didn't show that. Fabian tries crossing it in, and instead, Galeno picks it up for Osasuna, and he's going the wrong direction. Gives it right to Smilkovic, who scores for his 10th goal of the season. You can't make that up. Holy cow. The question is, does the Osasuna player get credit for the assist? Galeno is trying to get away. He's chased by 2 players. Decides, I'm going to cross it out, and sends it right to Smilkovic, who just volleys it past a diving Osasuna keeper. You know, if you're going to get relegated, let it be on a mistake. We'll bring on Matasevic for Fabian. Albinez to Coindretti, back to Albinez. To Sousa. To Fernandez. Out to Galeno. He centers it in, but it's knocked away. Coindretti runs down the loose ball. Martinez to Sousa, back to Galeno. Over to Martinez. Challenged, but he gets it to Fernandez. Urzi heads it to Albinez. Left side of the box. Holds it up, crosses it in. Mahmoud knocks it away. Harold can't head. Hoffman blasts it right to Martinez. Andrich is there, and he puts it far post. This is the 3rd or 4th time I've seen Harold trying to head the ball, and it goes nowhere near where he wants to do. But okay, it's one of 2 things. Either the ball goes nowhere near where he's trying to head it, or he's purposely trying to head it to where it goes. Either way, it's a bad result. Urzi with a free kick sends it in, and Fernandez for Osasuna is there. Is he offsides? No. Coindretti on the throw-in. Back to Albinez. To Sousa. To Galeno. Baseline, Seferovic. He blocks it. Ball goes right to Andrich. And Andrich scores for his 15th of the season. And Osasuna is now avoiding relegation by dint of goal differential. I'm glad we could help them. Yikes. Well, this was a bad time for a lot of players to have a bad game. Matasevic. Dispossessed, but the ball goes to Vojnovic. He gets it to Harold. Back out to Malo, who's dispossessed. Sousa driving forward on the right. Holds it up. Galeno's there. Andrich. And I believe that is Andrich's 3rd goal of the game. No, I'm not letting you outside. I'm going to let you outside, and you're going to bark your head off while I'm trying to record, and I can't have that. I can't. Look. I'm going to show you guys something. Look, this is George. Georgie, up here. Up here. George is getting a haircut next week, so he's not going to look anything like this. This is him begging to go outside. This is me having to raise my hand to pat his head. And this is me pausing the video for the next 15 minutes so George can go outside and get his bark on. Back in a bit. Well, that was disappointing. Osasuna beat us 5-2. Fabian scored. Smilkovic scored, but, you know, they had a hat trick with the goals from Andrich. And I want to say they avoided relegation. And that is the end of La Liga this season. And Osasuna escaped relegation by dint of goal differential. Barcelona wins La Liga. Paid out $1.9 million. I'm going to save this, and we will be right back. Okay, so taking a quick look at this real quick. I don't have anybody out injured, so I can put the unavailables back on, and that'll take off the loan play. If we sort by appearances, Laszlo Seferovic, my 19-year-old keeper, had a very solid season. 49 appearances. I don't believe he broke the shutouts record unless they're counting the Champions League and Europa League games. But 39 goals allowed in 36 games is really, really good, especially for a guy in his first year who, frankly, is only going to get better. Matthias Joubert, 46 appearances, 1 off the bench, 3 goals, 2 players of the match. Robert Maria, 43 appearances, 2 off the bench, 21 goals, 1 assist, 6 players of the match. The assist came in the Europa League? No, the Copa del Rey. Adani Alonso, who is a fairly solid deep-line playmaker who is now wanted by Benfica. Joubert is wanted. 4 goals, 11 assists, 4 players of the match. Charles Ely Mathis, 39 appearances, 2 off the bench, 8 goals, 7 assists, 3 players of the match. Firmin Malo, he is the guy I just played, had 30 assists for the B squad. I mean, looks like we played FC Kempten a lot. And they are a German semi-professional team. And if I go over here to assists and just go by the thing, 3-3-2-2-1-1-1. There's obviously something weird going on there because it's not doing anything wrong, but he is definitely a player for the future. You know what? Let me get the under-19s in that off. Yeah, Mal was on the B squad. I totally screwed that up. David Della Vibora, 36 appearances, 6 off the bench, 6 assists, 1 player of the match. Barnabashvili, 36 appearances, 3 off the bench, 3 goals, 1 assist. Essa Mahmoud, now 4-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. 34 appearances, 2 off the bench, 2 goals, 3 assists, a player of the match. Pedrek Smokovic, 31 appearances, 10 off the bench, 10 goals, 4 assists, 2 players of the match. Guillaume Lemaitre, 29 appearances, 7 off the bench, 2 goals, 3 assists. Marcelo Diane, 20 appearances, 6 off the bench, 2 goals, 4 assists. Mladen Vojnovic, 19 years old, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, box midfielder. He's definitely got a future here. 5 goals, 2 assists, 3 players of the match. Lucas Fabian, the lone player, 20 appearances, 15 off the bench, 4 goals, 4 assists. Mark Matasevic in a half season, really. 17 appearances, 3 off the bench, 9 goals, 3 assists, 3 players of the match. Bert Fernandez, who for some reason keeps getting reset on his training, and I'm not the one doing it. Solid season, 16 appearances, 6 off the bench, 1 goal, 3 assists, a player of the match. Who else do we have here? Jan Resnicek, 6 appearances, 8 off the bench, 2 goals, 3 assists. Alexander Kordonovas, 4 appearances, 14 off the bench, 3 goals, and an assist. You know, it's a solid, well-rounded team now. You know, these are the quality. These are the 5 big things I look for in players: determination, teamwork, concentration, composure, and work rate. And they're solid across the board. The only one who really isn't is Charles Ely Mathis and his 5 concentration. And no matter how much I try and work on that, it's not really getting better. So, and Ronnie Harold is his backup. So if we look at the 2 of those, Mathis is definitely the better player. Harold's got potential, but Mathis is definitely the better player. So as you can see, if we sort by the wanteds here, Sirac's wanted by Leeds, Alonso is wanted by Benfica, Joubert is wanted by a couple German teams, Del Labor is wanted by Lyon, Nikita Pertosa, who I brought in to be my backup defensive left back, got 18 starts and 11 appearances off the bench and 3 assists, is still unhappy because he wanted playing time. And I said, dude, you're a squad player. If that's not squad playing numbers, I don't know what is. No, Mahmoud's still foreign. Is he my only non-EU player? I could have sworn I had a couple others. Maybe not, because Campos and them left. Okay, I was absolutely wrong in Mahmoud being no longer a foreign player. Check a couple things out here. I don't believe the Europa League's been played yet. Man City's playing Schalke. How is Helio doing this season? "34 starts, 10 off the bench, 15 goals, 10 assists, 5 players in the match." Okay. You could have been doing that for us, but no, I wanted to leave for championship football. And the Champions League is Barcelona playing Inter. So, you know what? We'll forward ahead a couple days and get to the end of year news and things like that and be back with some other information in just a bit. So our third place finish is a real Jaen record, and frankly, we can only go higher. Players inducted in the best 11. David Delvabora, he's got 138 appearances. That's not bad. Lemaitre and Joubert were the other players selected. Majashak went to Mainz. How was his season? He's a bench player. Van Berkel. Yeah, 35 goals and 28. For a Groningen team that finished 9th. You pitch a fit, that's what happens. End of season awards. Donny Alonso, Player of the Year. Okay. Maria came in 2nd. Mathis 3rd. Goal of the season, Resnicek at Navalcarnero. This was the Copa del Rey game. Fernandez to Resnicek. Gets it just across the midfield line. Drives forward in the rain. Top of the box. Blasts it. Upper left corner. Okay. And that was 38 seconds into the game. So, yeah, I can see that as a goal of the year. Signing of the season, Firmin Malo on a free from San Martin. And then young player of the season, Robert Maria. I like Malo. I think he's got a future, especially if his physicals start coming up. Season review. We were knocked out in the group stage of the Champions League. We finished 3rd in the league. We lost in the 2nd knockout round against Man City in the Europa League. We lost in the 5th round to Real Madrid. We met our expectations. They wanted us to reach the group stage. We got knocked out in the group stage. And the board expectations for the Europa League, I don't remember what they were, but we got knocked out in the 2nd knockout round. That's really good. The Copa del Rey, they wanted us to get to the 5th round. We got to the 5th round. 2022. No, nothing really changed from the last time. A couple players moved, but looks like a couple players retired as well. Club Vision team meeting. Required. Nothing. Qualified for the Europa League. Qualified for Champions League. That's at the 32-33 season. Well, seeing as how we're doing that now, I'm okay with that. I hate these team meeting things. I'm going to say mid-table. Okay. Under promise and over deliver. The only serious injury really was Resnicek, who was out for 2 months with a torn calf muscle, or torn thigh muscle. Vojnovic had a bunch of niggling injuries, the worst of which was the hernia. Lemaitre was out for a little while. Injury-wise, we did okay this season. Nothing major. Training camp destination. Currently, it's Holland. You know, we're going to change it to France. And everybody's upset with the training. Well, you know what? You're on vacation. Conte was fired by Lazio. 5 trials. Are these my... These must be my... youth players that are still here that I'm going to release. Just another horrible youth intake. Oh, new stadium! This is the same announcement we got 2 years ago. We're upgrading the training and youth facilities. Nice. Scouting meeting. I'll have to look at this later. Accept all the stuff in red and orange. Just going to acknowledge. Seferovic did set a new shutout record with 18. Okay. Player-wise, there are going to be some players moving on. I got to go to the unavailable now because everybody's on vacation. Yeah, those are my youth players who aren't going to get signed. If we sort by contract, Cordonovas expires, a bunch of youth players expires, Fabian's leaving, Schendelar's leaving. Nope, Schendelar leaves next season, and that's it. And I really have no desire to re-sign Cordonovas, but I'm going to replace him with somebody similar to him, who's maybe a couple years younger. Players who are wanted, like Igor Lopez. He's 21 years old. He's wanted by Real Murcia. He's not going to feature here as a starter. I'll let him go. We'll keep scouting the youth players. I've got 83 million and a huge payroll to work with. So the question is, do I go and spend it all on a couple of players? I like Mathis. He's 22 years old. He's 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. Decent winger on the left. He's fast. Strength fell for some reason. His off the ball fell for some reason. Good grief. But can I find somebody better? That depends. Who's going to be available? I'm a solid defensive left back. I'm okay at defensive right back. Maybe a quality backup there would be nice. Seferovic is fine in goal. Maybe a quality person for the rotation, assuming Sirac leaves. He's wanted by Leeds, and I'm kind of tempted to let him go. We're solid in the midfield. Vojnovic's going to get better. We've got some young players who are going to come in. And frankly, I've got a couple young players on the defensive back line I'd like to bring in for some more playing time as well. So I don't know that there's going to be a ton of movement this offseason. It depends on what's available. Just because I have 83 million euros doesn't mean I have to spend it. Does it? So what I might actually do is just boost up my scouting budget to the max available, see if I can't get some more scouts in, and go about getting some youth players in again. So we've got 17 scouts now. So we shall have to see what's going on there. A solid season for us. I can't be upset by this in the least. I can be upset by some of the results we had. We scroll all the way down here. We had a 6-1 against Navalcarnero. We had a 5-1 against Athletic Club. That was great. We had a lot of 4-0s, 4-2s. Beating Cadiz 4-0 was great. Barcelona killed us 6-0. It was just... We can't keep having results like that. Champions League, we had a hell of a group. And the fact that we finished where we did, I'm okay with. We beat Porto. We came in third. That got us to Europa League. But, Man United, PSG, and Porto, that was our group. That was horrible. I'm hoping next year we get maybe not an easier group. One I'm more comfortable competing in. But we had a couple credible results. Beating Man United 2-0 was a credible result. Losing to PSG on an aggregate of 4-1, that's not bad. The one game we had them 2-1, that was a close game. Europa League. We absolutely killed Krasnodar, and Man City turned around and absolutely killed us. So, not a lot to be done about that. So, it's going to be an interesting summer transfer season. One of the things I am planning to do before the start of next season is it is the 10th year of the save. The save started in 2019. It's the 10th year of the save. I thought what I would do would be a look at some of the other leagues and some of the other players and see how they're doing and catch up on that. That's the other thing I wanted to look at. Adding and removing leagues. I think we're okay for now. So, the trial's finished. They're all gone. So, a solid season for us. We're still working on the yellow cards being lower than our points total, but something tells me we're going to have to finish in first or second place for that to happen, and even then, that's not a guarantee. So Barcelona wins the league again. They have won the league a ton of time. They've 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They've won it 8. They've won it 9 out of the last 10 years. And the year they lost by 2 points. So we're getting there. We've got some players who are as good as some of the players on Barcelona. We need a team as good as the team of Barcelona or Real Madrid. And I think this is the year we can start doing that. We've got the money for it. We've got the payroll for it. I don't know that I'm going to spend it all, but let's take it for a spin at least. If you did like what you see and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticism, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name's FM20.